Nations, including the Chippewas of the Georgina Island and the Mississaugas of the Credit. These lands are now home to many diverse Indigenous peoples. We also acknowledge that York Region falls under Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit and the Williams Treaties with several Mississauga and Chippewa First Nations. And now I'm happy to introduce Daisy Y, MPP for Richmond Hill, for opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Madison. I'm looking at the list of all the beautiful ladies here. Well, I would have to say, even though this is, well, I just see somebody who is a great supporter of all the beautiful ladies here, Kandabi, right? Anyway, welcome to our March Monday Matters 2024. It is an honor for me to connect with you each month and provide important updates to all my constituents in Richmond Hill. Thank you very much for joining me tonight for the March Monday Matters. We are excited to celebrate the International Women's Day with all of you. It was widely celebrated on March the 8th. However, today our celebration is even better and more meaningful because it's under the leadership of our Honorable Minister Charmaine Williams, Associate Minister for Women's Social and Economic Opportunity. So under her leadership, the women are all do much better, especially in business, right, Monique? Anyway, tonight we're also celebrating the Nowruz, the Persian New Year. In fact, just now I was saying that I come back from two events. One of the event is the Nowruz celebration right at Queen's Park. We have a group of people and also our MPP and our premier celebrating Nowruz with the Iranians and Persians coming over to Queen's Park. Well, I'm going to give you more information about this later on. Now, first of all, let me give you an update of the Ontario government. As always, I am committed of being your voice at Queen's Park, and I'll do it very fast, and I will summarize it as much as I can without and still making it clear for all of you, because I still want you to enjoy all the great programs that we have prepared for you. Well, first of all, let us start with housing. It is an exciting update on housing. Ontario is growing fast, which is why I'm excited to announce a new investment from the Ontario government. It is over 1.8 billion in housing enabling infrastructure to build more homes. This investment will help us to build at least 1.5 million homes by 2031. That is what we've committed, and we will be doing our best, and we are building new roads, sewage, and water infrastructure to make this happening. Next, I'd like to update you on Ontario's economy. Our economic development is doing great. Even though we're just recovering from our pandemic, we are hard at work to build a stronger Ontario and keeping the costs down. Tomorrow is our budget day. We will be releasing it, and we will be sharing with you how we are rebuilding our economy without raising taxes and fees, and that's most important. Our government is also keeping the electricity costs down for tens of thousands of families by expanding the eligibility of the Ontario Electricity Support Program. We are increasing our investment in OESP by $50 million to significantly expand the program and support families who need it most. Part of building our stronger Ontario is attracting new investments and jobs. We want to build better jobs for everyone and put more money into our Ontarians' pocket. Ontario has added 6,700 jobs in February alone, primarily in full-time employment. That is a big, big advancement. Since 2018, guess how many new jobs we have? 700,000. While our previous government, they driven out over 300,000 of jobs from Ontario. We not only attract them back, we double it and more. Ontario is home to many incredible businesses now. If you would like to learn more about the Ontario business, I invite you to watch the latest installment of Premier Ford's Ontario Made video series when Premier Doug Ford visits uh, BWXT, a 170-year-old business that produces steam generators for nuclear reactors. We have a lot of great news to share. Watch out for tomorrow's budget day. One of the things that a lot of you, especially parents in Richmond Hill, they are so thrilled about is education. Education is something that we have done a lot of work, and parents are so thrilled. Let me give you an update. For the first time in nearly a generation, our government has successfully negotiated deals with all, all teachers' unions. So we are going to avert strikes and withdraw of services for the next 3 years. I still remember when I was parents with 4 children, what a stress it is for me when there were strikes. Not only do I have to manage my job, I also have to find ways of taking care of my children when there are strikes, and we don't know how this will interrupt us for a while. But what we have negotiated is uninterrupted learning and stability for our students for the next 3 years. This is a major, major achievement. In addition, Ontario is investing nearly 1.3 billion to establish Ontario's colleges and universities. We stabilize them. This funding will maintain current tuition fee freeze for at least next 3 years. So this is going to help not only the students as well as the parents so that they can concentrate in making sure that they get the best and quality education. More so, our Minister Lecce has worked very hard to support STEM program. Make sure that that the health is supported, they have the fund that they need, they have all the equipment that they need, and each each subject we are giving them quality care, back to basic approach. So this is great news for all the parents. While carbon tax has been the hot topic these days, yeah, it is hard because by April 1st, there will be a 23% increase to the federal carbon tax. We have been around different provinces, and especially in Ontario, we've been telling our federal counterpart how difficult it is that the carbon tax is going to pose extra costs on everything, whether it is transporting groceries by through trucks, or every uh, jobs will be affected. Every family will be affected. Our groceries will be affected. Not only to talk about when we go to the gas station, the prices go up so high. This is really, really stressful for all of us. However, the Ontario household will have an average of 320 cuts from the provincial part. We first introduced this special fuel reduction of the fuel tax rate in 2022, and we are going to continue with it since July 2022. We have also already helped our people, Ontarians, to save 5.7 cents per liter, and the fuel tax by 5.3 cents per liter. And now we're going to continue expanding that tax cut until December 31st, 2024. We are extending it from June, and mainly because we know how hard life is for all Ontarians. Groceries, everything, prices is higher and higher. And we will do our best to help our Ontarians to go through these important times. I also want to highlight on one very important upcoming event. Our next Monday Matters. We will be having a special in-person event. I'm going to ask each one of you to invite at least 20 of your own friends to come over here in person to listen to what we're going to offer you. This is really a nonpartisan and educational program for you to understand how each level of government is working and how that can, when you understand it properly, how it can positively impact your daily life, how you can work with your local politicians, how you can express yourself, how you can pick the one that work for you. So do come on Monday Matters. It will be held on April the 22nd, a couple of days earlier. It will be at the Bayville Hill Community Center. It will be held from 6:30. We're expanding it for half an hour until 8 o'clock. So please do come, and we look forward to have you there. Well, today is International Women's Day. Well, March 8th is the International Women's Day, but we're celebrating the International Women's Day. And we are so happy that we have our Honorable Minister, Charmaine Williams, Associate Minister of Women's Economic and Social Opportunity, that joined me. Join us to welcome this Women's Day. In fact, even though we are a little bit later than the 8th, but every day is Women's Day because women is the backbone of Ontario's economy as well. We make everything nice at home, nice in the family, and we're also very active in businesses. So without further ado, I'd like to pass this time on to our minister, Minister Charmaine Williams. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have already come out from the Nowruz celebration and are with us right now. Is Minister Williams here yet? Hi, Madison. Do you know if Minister Madison is here?
Yeah, I don't see Minister Williams here yet. Perhaps we could wait a few moments, or we could also move on to
Why
our.
don't we start with the Nowruz celebration now?
Sure thing.
Is that okay? If we have all the information, we can start on the Nowruz first, and then she can join us when she come in. I know she was kept downstairs as I was with the Nowruz celebration. She was there, and she said, "Oh yeah, I know." But a lot of things happening right at Queen's Park. After Nowruz, I even go to another program which is celebrating the arts of one of the recipient of the award from Richmond Hill. So it's a lot of things happening at Queen's Park, but it's exciting and it's good news. So now I'll pass the time to Madison, and you have prepared a lot of great information for us about Nowruz. In fact, I was just talking to Maria just now. She's telling me that she might come in and join me when she's finished with that celebration, and maybe Minister Parsa can join me for a little bit too. We'll see how it goes, okay?
Sounds good. So this month we are very excited to celebrate Nowruz, the Persian New Year, with Richmond Hill's Iranian community. We are very honored to be joined by Farida Kafaye from Iranian Canadian Teens Club to share a presentation on the historical and cultural significance of this important holiday. Please join me in welcoming Farida Kafaye.
Thank you, Madison, Miss Daisy, and all audience. This is Farida. It's my honor to be in this meeting on behalf of ICTC Youth Foundation, talking about Nowruz. And this event, as you know, is a special time of year. It's beginning of Persian New Year, and it starts right when spring bringing warmer weather and blooming flower with it. So we have some slides to just watch. Madison, are you able to scroll to next slide?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. So Nowruz is a 13 days festival that's been celebrated for 3,000 years. It means new day because it's all about starting fresh. It happens at the time when the day and night are the same length, which usually is around March 20th or 21st. This is a very important day because it means winter is over and everything can start growing again. A little bit different in Canada, still cold, but that's great. We accept the sunshine as well. Next slide, please. So before Nowruz begin, people get busy at home. They clean every corner or sweep away the older dust and welcome the new year. And everything is clean and bright. They also plant seeds like wheat or lentils in a dish and watch them grow into green sprouts. This is like a sign that new things are starting to happen. Also, in days before Nowruz, there is a fun tradition called Çarşamba Suri. People light small fires and jump over them. They say this takes away any bad luck. And for Nowruz, families set up a special table called Hafsin. Could you go to the next slide? Yes, thank you. So Haft means 7, and Sin is the letter S in the Persian alphabet. They place 7 items that start with S on the table. This includes sabze or sprouts, representing grow, sirke or vinegar, denoting patience, and sir or garlic, signifying medicine and health. Other items include samanu, a sweet pudding for wealth and fertility, senjet, the dry fruit of oyster tree for love, sib or apple for beauty, and sumac, a symbol of the sunrise and the spice of life. The Hafsin is a tableau of nature, rebirth, and human hopes and prosperity for New Year. Next slide, please. This is our Hafsin in my home, so I would love to share with you guys. It's really simple, a tradition. We have also a book, our famous Hafiz poet book over there, and everybody designed differently. So hope you enjoy. When Nowruz finally starts, everyone gets really excited. Family and friends dress in their best clothes, get together and share delicious meals. There is music, dancing, and lots of sweet treats. When the exact moment of the equinox arrives, the new year begins and people celebrate and share their hopes for the future and, of course, exchange gifts. And on the 13th day after Nowruz, everyone goes outside for a big picnic. This day is called Sizde Bedar, and it's about enjoying nature, leaving behind any bad feelings. The green sprouts from the Hafsin table are also set free in a stream or a river. This symbolizes letting go of old things and making room for beautiful new beginnings. The next slide, please. This is Çarşamba Suri. We talk about that this event happened before Nowruz, and we jump over fire. So the next one, please. Nowruz isn't only celebrating for far away. Here in Richmond Hill, we had Bazar Nowruzi that we had our people, Iranian Persian people, providing sabze and all element of the sofre hafsin for sale, sweets, any handmade. We had dancing, band, music, so people enjoy the time. Nowruz bring everyone together to share stories, enjoy music and food, and learn from each other. It is a time when our community become even closer. Nowruz starts in one part of the world. It is celebrated everywhere now. from our town to places across the globe like Turkey, Iraq, India, and even China. Each place adds its own special touch to Nowruz, sharing different foods, story, and games. It just goes to show that a new beginning is something everybody loves to celebrate. Nowruz is not just about party, it's a powerful idea that talks to everyone. It's about kindness, hope for future, and taking care of each other. It tells us no matter how different we are, we can look forward to the future and make plans to do great things. Hey, hi, Mariam, you're here. How are you?
Just in time.
Just in time, almost
Hi
there.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hi everybody.
Nowruz is also a time to think about nature. Spring is when we see life return to plants and animals. This reminds us now how important it is to take care of our environment. It tells us to appreciate the sunshine, the water, the trees, and all the animals around us. We all part of one big family living on Earth, and it's up to us to make it a good home for everyone. Nowruz brings a message of peace as well. It shows us that no matter what our differences, we all share the same hopes when we watch the flowers bloom and feel the warmth of the sun. Nowruz reminds us to treat everyone with respect and to make peace an important part of our lives. As we wrap up, remember, Nowruz is about fresh starts, friendship, and looking after our beautiful planet. Let's bring the spirit of Nowruz into our everyday lives, not just during this special time. I hope you all feel a little bit of that excitement and joy that Nowruz brings. Thank you for letting me be part of this wonderful meeting. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Maybe I will move and I'll let Amira sit here. And then
Thank
you
you,
guys
Farida. Thank you.
say hi to a few
It's okay.
people. Come
You're
on.
coming.
What about you?
Okay, then.
You just say hi to them. Just speak a little bit.
Hello everyone. Hope you are doing well. This is my name is Mariam Rashidian, the founder of ICTC Youth Foundation. Thank you, Farida, for presentation.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. It was great of you. I would like to have, and I share some, I don't know, I was in Queen's Park too, so I try my best to have this for you guys. Nowruz means a new day. It is an ancient and the beginning of the new feeling, the start of the shaking of all sorrow from one's shoulder and casting away the feeling of oldness and sorrow. Nowruz means the beginning of joy and happiness, the start of the blossoming buds and the sprouting of hope and wishes in the heart of the nature. In Iran, it is customary that with the arrival of spring, people shake their houses, sweep away the cold dust of the winter, wear new clothes to visit each other, and elder give money to the younger ones, symbolizing a wish for good income in the new year. With the onset of Nowruz, everyone wishes happiness, health, and prosperity for each other in the new year, celebrating the start of the new year. And here I wish all of you, dear ones, health, happiness, and success in all aspects of your life. From the grace of the Almighty, Happy Nowruz.
Happy Nowruz to everyone.
Yes.
So we now
Thank
had a time back to Madison. And Madison, you can start the next program.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much to ICTC for that wonderful presentation and sharing. So I have received notice that Minister Williams has joined the presentation. Minister Williams, are you ready to offer remarks?
Yes, I am. Hi, everyone. I was
Hi,
just,
Minister. Thank you so much.
no problem. MPP Way, it's always a pleasure to be in front of everyone and to join Monday Matters. And, you know, I feel like I was just at Queen's Park because I was at the Nowruz
Yes.
Fest celebration, and but then I raced home because I've got my kids and I gotta be getting them organized for the next day. But that's what it's like being a mom. And I know MPP Way, you have your share of a handful of children, even though they're
Yeah.
older. You know exactly what it's like. I myself am a mom. I have 5 kids, and so it's always important for me to make sure I get home to be with them and to have my evening with them as well. But I wanted to be able to come on this evening, just to be very honest, I don't remember being told exactly what I'm supposed to talk about. but but I thought that I feel like I'm still coming off of the International Women's Day, and we're coming close to the end of the month, so I still feel like it's International Women's Month, and we've had so many celebrations and great events. And also I had the privilege of going to the UN this year, to be able to listen and to learn about what role Ontario plays in the global perspective, and also being there to share what Ontario is doing, even though Canada is the one on spotlight at the UN. I think when it comes to Ontario, we are quite ahead of the curve in some of the things that we're doing in order to address safety for women and in order to empower women as well. And so that's kind of what I wanted to share today, just some of the things that we've been doing in Ontario. We are a ministry that is really getting out and talking about the new image of the women's ministry. We are moving from women's issues to women building Ontario together. I'm so sure some of you might know, but our ministry used to be called Women's Issues. And yes, I know. My issues are my husband's issues. I say that all the time. All right. And so what we've done with the ministry is, before Premier Ford gave me the ministry to oversee, we've taken out things like child protection, taken out things like the child care, all of those things that people naturally assume are women's issues, and put them into community, so as community services, right? And that's a better fit. And Minister Parsa, who is the host of the Nowruz event this evening, he's been doing a phenomenal job with making sure community organizations that focus on child protection and such are getting the supports they need. And that has allowed me in my ministry to focus on the important piece, and that is women's empowerment and making sure women have everything they need to enter any sector they choose and to take any path that they choose. And I always say there's nothing wrong if a woman wants to choose to be a stay-at-home mom, to be with their kids, and to have a side job, hustle on the side, their own little business. That's great. And you should be able to. And there's nothing wrong if a woman decides to have children and still have a career. And then there's nothing wrong if women decide to just have a career, right? Women should have the opportunity to choose in Ontario, whatever path they want to choose. And as we know, as women, things can change, right? Who in this room has ever had a surprise pregnancy? Right? You didn't plan for it, but you have it. I remember, yeah, see, exactly. It was a complete surprise to get pregnant with my third pregnancy, and it was even more of a surprise to have that third pregnancy be twins, right? I didn't plan it, but that's how it goes. And so it makes it makes us realize that with whatever life throws at us as women, we should always be able to succeed, because um, that's what I believe. Ontario succeeds. When women succeeds, Ontario succeeds. And so I've been really active going across Ontario and meeting with sector leaders in the trades, in mining, in forestry, in tech, in STEM, in retail, in so many different sectors, and meeting with them and identifying the barriers that are making it difficult for women to enter into these sectors. And I know oftentimes we talk about, how do we increase the flow of young women coming from school and school age and going through our education system, which Minister Lecce has been doing a really great job with making sure our schools talk about the different types of jobs and in the trades in particular. But I also keep thinking about the over 230,000 women right now that are of working age, able to work, but maybe stuck in those low paying, precarious job situations. How can I empower them to see themselves in sectors where women are underrepresented? How can I make it possible that the job market right now is safe and have safe spaces for women? So, for example, when we look at the trades, a lot of women are not staying in the trades because of the work environment. We knew washrooms and the state of washrooms for women had been a barrier. And so we have made sure that places like job sites have to have adequate washrooms. And that was a change that we made with Working for Workers for. But the next step is, how can I increase retention so that these job sites are also safe for women, where women are not being harassed, where women are not being discouraged to be picking up a hammer and working on the job sites, especially when the data is showing that when women are on the job site in the trades, jobs get done faster. You spend less money on retooling equipment because women have a very naturally patient way when it comes to building and development. And so there's all this information out there that is showing that when you have women in these spaces, your your job sites are actually more efficient. So how do we encourage and make it possible for more women to stay? I'm also looking at women in the tech sector or female founders, women that have amazing ideas, practical solutions to address everyday life's issues. That you need tech to be able to do that, like looking at clean tech, even fintech, financial technology. I think there are so many amazing, brilliant women out there who have great ideas, but it's difficult for them to be funded. And we often hear that there are not enough venture capitalist firms that are looking at female founders and funding them adequately. But then also, how do we make sure the banks um, see women's ideas as ones that they can invest in? And again, there's all this data out there to show that when you invest in a woman's business, there are higher chances of that business being a stable investment. And so I've been talking with bank leaders and saying, okay, what can we do to ensure that we are seeing more women getting the funding needs that they met, making sure that even women who are especially when we're talking about the banks, even women who want to buy a house on their own. And I want to see all young women do this. But if you want to buy a house on your own, or if you are in the situation where you have left your partner and you're in a divorce and you now need to purchase a home on your own, how can you do that without being told by the banks, sorry, you have the risk factors that we have, for example, the amount of years working, if you have inconsistent work hours, or you look like you've gone to different jobs, maybe you've had a break in the amount of years that you've been working in a company, usually because of childcare or whatever may have you fall into the risk factors, therefore you don't qualify, or your credit score is not as high. So all of those quantifying factors, right? Those are barriers, and women do find themselves getting captured by those barriers. However, we want women to be able to tell the story behind it. So some of those qualitative factors, all of the stories behind why your numbers might be a certain way. So then that way we can see more women getting to yes, rather being told no, they don't qualify for the bank loans, qualify for the mortgages, or that they can't get the investors to invest in them. So these are some of the barriers that I've been really going around in Ontario and talking about. And it feels like we're getting some really great feedback because a lot of companies are saying, I never thought of what you're talking about. I didn't realize that women are impacted by these factors, and how can we work with you to make these changes? And it's been such an amazing experience because we're seeing the shift, right? Because I keep talking about how do we increase women's safety through financial independence? And that shift is having an impact because oftentimes we see ourselves wanting to put more focus on the organizations that are doing the work, which is good. But then how can we empower women so that they don't even end up in the situation where they need the organizations and that pressure is put on organizations and community? So I'm one of those people that, because I used to work in children's mental health almost 20 years and worked with a lot of women who are in the system, worked with a lot of organizations that are really helping women rebuild. I've seen it over and over again where the women who are really stuck are the ones that do not have the financial stability or even the financial education to understand how to invest, understand how to make sure you're not trapped by some of these financial barriers. And so if we can create in Ontario the environment where women are able to be successful, we're going to have a stronger Ontario. And yeah, so it's been such a great experience to see organizations as well take the funding that I've been able to provide them through our Investing in Women's Futures program and the Women's Economic Security program, take the funding and work with women who come through their doors and build them up to the point where they are confident to apply for that job and confident to go through the application process and the interview. Some of these organizations are helping women even work on their look and get themselves ready for the job interview. And these women who are going through these programs are so empowered and didn't know that they had it in them, especially if they'd gone through abusive relationships where their partner has beaten them down emotionally so badly that they didn't think that they had it in them at all to be successful. And we're seeing these same women apply for jobs and get mentorship, like the Up with Women program organization in Toronto. They're getting mentorship from people in these businesses who are just beefing these women up so much that they're now able to secure employment. I've met this one woman who was in an abusive relationship, and she was in a second stage supportive housing program, and she was able to stay there for 2 years while she went to school in the trades. And when I met her, she said, I went through that program and now I was able to purchase my own truck. I'm on the job site and I am earning an income where I'm able to safely and securely take care of my 2 kids. And she's like, I never imagined that this could be my life. And I'm like, this is exactly why I got into this work for women like her. I met another woman who is working at a college. And she said during the pandemic, she lost her job because she was waitress. And she saw the program that we have at the George Brown College. She said she enrolled in it and she was able to go through the program, get supports while she went through the program because the program pays for childcare, it pays for transportation. And now she is working at the college and supporting and training other women. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, see, these are the ways we can change women's lives in Ontario. And I think we are on the right track. When we think about the billions of dollars that we are investing in infrastructure development, the jobs that need to be filled, women can definitely take it on and fill the gaps that we have in our employment. And I just want to see every single woman have the ability to leave that abusive partner if because they have the stability, the supports to be able to. I want to see women go through university or college, get the job, and have enough money in the bank account where they're investing. Which I also met some young girls who are doing that, and I'm like, yes, invest your money, watch it grow, make it work for you, buy that house. You know what I mean? Like this is, I think all of us, if who have daughters, want this for our kids' future, and we're able to do this through this ministry, through the work of our caucus, with the encouragement of Premier Ford to say women are awesome, and we want to make sure women have all of the opportunities afforded to them. And so I couldn't be more thrilled. And I think as we start getting through the budget, and when you start looking, start to pay attention, because we're going to be coming out with Working for Workers 5, and in that bill is going to have even more attention on retention in the trades and in STEM and tech sectors, making sure that women who enter into these sectors stay in these sectors, and that they're encouraged and supported along the way. So I'm thrilled to be able to share that with you, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Minister Williams. Like you are really our role model. I cannot believe it. I thought I have 4 children is a lot. You have 5. And I thank you for giving your time to us before you go back to your family. I should release you back to the family, but I just want to let you know your message is such an encouragement for the women. And I thank you. I apologize if we have not explained it clearly, the contents of what you have to say, but what you say there is really exactly what we need to hear. All the women are being encouraged by you. I have to say, I
Oh,
used to
thank you.
be on the board with the Richmond Hill Board of Trade, and Monique
Yes.
Dennison is here. At the Board of Trade, we have a lot of women. Your message is going to touch a lot of them. What we have here is recorded. It will be sent to different organizations that will be played again. You almost bring tears to my eyes. I can still remember how hard
Oh.
it was with children. And
Mhm.
yes, when I was running my business, how I start running my business, I was encouraged by similar programs like what you've mentioned. That's why I am here where I am. So we all can achieve that with a little bit of lifting, with a little bit of encouragement from you.
That's right.
And I thank you so much. If we have any other questions, they will be sending it to us and we will pass it along to you. Is that
Okay.
okay? I better
That's
give you back
wonderful.
to your
Thank you so
family.
much. Well,
Thank you.
thank you, Daisy. Honestly, you are the kind of woman that I aspire to, because, it does take a lot of energy and work to run a business and still raise a family. And I think you are an example. I'm an example for any woman who thinks that I don't know how I can do it. You can. You can. And as women, we find ways to be resourceful. That's what makes us so amazing, because we problem solve. We know how to sit in the yuck for a little bit, but we know how to get out of it and get back on our feet. That resiliency and strength in a woman with 5 children and a woman with 4 children is in every single woman. So go out there and just push through, and then lean on us, right? Daisy talks about her days when she had kids and what she used to do to cook food and make sure that her kids had something to eat. It blows my mind because I can't even do that half the time. But lean on us for that support and that encouragement, because we'll give it to you.
Let's
Thank you
give
so much
her
for
a
having me.
big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You touch my heart. I better don't hold you back. We
No
will have
problem.
a lot of announcement about our community, the achievement around the community. And in fact, Minister Parsons just walked in and he heard you saying his heart is just as touched. He's going to be sharing a few words with us in a second. But for now, I give the time back to Madison to tell us more about what our community has achieved. Thank you so much, Minister. And next month, we're going to tell people all about our 3 level of government and get our community involved so that they can be part of our decision making. Thank you so much, Minister. All to you, Madison.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much to the Honorable Charmaine Williams. That was a very wonderful presentation. I especially think the meaningful stories from women in the community are so important. So we'd like to also move on to our community shout out, where we'll share some quick shout outs from Richmond Hill. So on February 29th, MPPY was honored to join the Honorable Ed Dermont, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, and the Honorable Raymond Cho, Minister for Seniors and Accessibility, at Queen's Park for the Ontario Senior Achievement Award ceremony. Richmond Hill constituent Kandabi Raj was selected to receive the 2024 Ontario Senior Achievement Award, and I believe that Kandabi Raj is here with us today. So thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on this remarkable achievement. On March 1st, MPP-DZY joined her York Region colleagues for a hard hat tour of York University's new Markham campus. This state-of-the-art campus will connect students to work-integrated opportunities, focusing on technology and entrepreneurship at both the undergraduate and graduate level. We look forward to Markham campus opening this spring and welcoming its first students for fall 2024. Also on March 1st, MPPY was delighted to join her colleagues at the Iranian Canadian Teens Club Cultural and Ontario Trillium Foundation recognition event. And hello again to Miriam from ICTC.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The event on March 1st included celebrations for Nowruz and the opportunity to recognize ICTC's remarkable achievements, sponsored by the Ontario Trillium Foundation. MPPY is truly grateful for the support provided by ICTC and very proud of their achievements. Thank you again to Miriam and Iranian Canadian Teens Club for hosting such a wonderful event.
Miss Daisy, for every time her support. Thank you.
Thank you. And on March 9th, MPPY was honored to join her colleagues at the Care First 2024 Young at Heart Charity Gala. This annual fundraising event is an important opportunity to support and celebrate another successful year of Care First service to our community. For over 4 decades, Care First has worked for the betterment of seniors by providing healthcare and support services with the goal of ensuring seniors enjoy independent, enriched, and quality living. It was very inspiring to see the community come together at the 2024 Charity Gala in support of such an important cause. Thank you again to Care First. MPPY was also glad to attend another MPP Food for Thought series to delve into Ontario culture. Thank you very much for MPP FE Trajan Tafilopoulos for hosting a wonderful event and highlighting the Greek community during this insightful discussion. MPPY is also very proud to welcome our newest Ontario legislative page, Colin Neo, representing Richmond Hill from Holy Trinity School. And I also believe that Colin is with us here today. So thank you so much, Colin, for joining us. We're so, yeah.
Yeah.
We are incredibly excited to have Colin embark on this opportunity to learn about the Ontario government, meet parliamentary figures, and take part in the political process. So a big congratulations from everyone here, Colin, on this exciting journey.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying everything on the Legislative Assembly. It's a wonderful opportunity. So now we'd like to discuss a short update from the Ontario Ministry for Seniors and Accessibility. The Honorable Raymond Cho, Minister for Seniors and Accessibility, has announced nominations are now open for the Ontario Senior of the Year Award. This award is given by a municipality to recognize an outstanding senior who, after age 65, has enriched the social, cultural, or civic life of their community. Seniors generously give their time, knowledge, and expertise to make this province great, and it's very important we take the time to celebrate their valuable contributions. We look forward to celebrating Seniors of the Year awards during Seniors Month this upcoming June. We'd also like to give you another ministry update. Applications are now open for Ontario's Summer Company Program. This program presents a chance for full-time students aged 15 to 29 to return to school and establish their own business and assume the role of an entrepreneur. This program empowers youth to become their own boss and guides them in understanding entrepreneurship. Successful applicants can gain up to $1,500 upfront for their business startup costs and up to $1,500 following successful completion of the program requirements. You can find more information on richmondhill.ca at the link that you see on your screen, and you can also apply by visiting ontario.ca. Please note that the deadline for Summer Company Program applications is May 17th, 2024. So as we ease into spring and look forward to the warm summer months, despite some of the very cold weather this past weekend, we'd like to inform our constituents about a parking update at Lake Wilcox Park. Lake Wilcox is a very beautiful park. It's definitely worth checking out if you haven't been there before. And please note that paid parking at the park is in effect starting April 1st through to September 30th. However, all Richmond Hill residents can obtain a free 2024 parking permit by visiting parking.richmondhill.ca. So it's definitely a good thing to take advantage of. There's many amenities at the park and it's absolutely beautiful. We'd also like to quickly inform you of several exciting Richmond Hill Board of Trade events this spring. On April 10th, there's a Business at Breakfast networking event at Cover Notes Coffee House for business professionals and business owners. And on May 2nd, the Swing into Spring Business Expo 2024 at the Sheridan Parkway Toronto North Hotel will showcase exceptional and unique businesses in Richmond Hill. Admission is free. You can find more information about these events and register online at rhbot.ca. And thank you so much, Monique Dennison and the Richmond Hill Board of Trade for putting on these events. Now we'd like to take a moment to celebrate an incredible milestone. Congratulations to Ada Acosta and George Acosta on your 50th anniversary on March 29th, 2024. Congratulations and happy anniversary. We're also excited to share with you our 2024 spring newsletter, which contains important updates from MPPY from January, February, and March. In this newsletter, we share information from the Ministry of Education, MPPY's Past Monday Matters, and a retrospective of Nonprofit Appreciation Week 2024. And now to celebrate this month's holidays. Ramadan began on the evening of Sunday, March 10th and ends the evening of Tuesday, April 9th. It's the holiest month in Islam, and we wish our Richmond Hill Muslim community a blessed Ramadan. Purim is a festive Jewish holiday that began on March 23rd, continuing till March 24th, celebrating joy and salvation with children's dress up and feasting on triangular sweets. We wish everyone a very happy Purim. Today, March 25th, is also Holi, the Hindu festival of colors. It's a very lively celebration of the advent of spring, signifying renewal, prosperity, and positivity. Happy Holi, pardon me. And just another reminder that our upcoming Monday Matters is a very special in-person panel discussion on the 3 levels of government, featuring representatives from the federal, provincial, and municipal levels of government. This event will be at Bayview Hill Community Center on Monday, April 22nd from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Please be sure to look out for your formal invitation in your email inbox this week. Space will be limited, so remember to register online to guarantee your spot. We're very excited for this event, and we really look forward to seeing everyone for an exciting and educational discussion. And now I would like to welcome back MPP Daisy Y for closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Madison. And I would like to, at this time, take the time to introduce our great staff who has been working so hard on Monday Matters. If you can remember last month, in February, I have to attend the Chinese New Year celebration. So my team was hosting everything. So look at this strong team. We have Madison, we have Nicole. You have been talking to Nicole very often. And Frederick, he is the one doing the PowerPoint and getting everything ready. So thank you very much. You see his name there, but he is working very hard behind the scene. I would like to still continue to stress on our next April 22nd Monday Matters. It's in person. Please bring along people that live in Richmond Hill so that they can find out more about the 3 levels of government and that they can get involved. How I get involved to be your MPP now is because at that time, MPP Frank Cleese was a minister, trained me and let me know that, Daisy, if you don't get involved, if you don't speak up, somebody else's will. They say and make decision on your behalf, and you just follow. Don't make petition afterwards. So that get me going, and I try to understand and try to get involved. And this get me to where I am. I did not want myself to be a politician, but I want to speak up on the education system because my children has all grown up by then, but I still have grandchildren. Your voice matters because when you get involved in something, you can change it for the way that you want it to be. I have to say, I'm so proud and pleased with what we have in education. They are really getting back on track with having everything back to basic. Quality is there. We do not have discovery math. We are really studying what they need to know. They are learning cursive writing, all these things, because I also speak up. I'm part of the caucus advisory group, and I speak up over there. So you can all speak up in your own different way. Come on out and understand. I only have the former MP, MPPs, and mayors to be the speaker. I have 3 guest speakers. One is our former MP, C.S. Leung. He is good. He is in federal. He has been in Richmond Hill for a long time. So he can share with you what did the federal government do and how to get involved. How will they impact your life? Was trying to get my former minister and MPP Frank Cleese, who has changed my life, but he is still out of town at that time. So I look around, I finally have somebody very lovely and strong. He is our former minister and former MPP, Steve Gilchrist. He knows things very well. He can share with you what he knows. And as far as the municipal government, I want to find somebody from Richmond Hill. Unfortunately, our 2 former mayors has passed away. And so I try to find some former mayors that is outside of Richmond Hill then, but who is still very, very involved in our day-to-day. I'm so thankful that I get even the best. I get the former mayor of Wichita-Stouffville, who is now the chairman of York Region. He is the chairman and CEO of the municipality of York. So he can tell us when in the region level, how will that impact our life? In the municipal level, if we get involved, how will that impact our life? Do come on out. I understand that especially for Richmond Hill, we have a lot of new immigrants. With new immigrants, when I first come to Canada, I was too busy making sure I get my life together, my children, my family, and everything. I don't have time for all that. Then I later on realized those decisions were made on my behalf. If I don't get involved, myself and my family will be affected by it. So get them to come out. get them to get involved when they are still new immigrants. So I am going to get a big group of people coming out. I've already invited Maria. Please get at least 30 people. Like for them to come out to learn is a big thing. I'm taking a lot of efforts to do this. I have this vision in my mind before I become an MPP because I want people to know, to understand, and get the benefits out of it. And I have to be careful not to do it when there is an election going on. So right now we have no federal, no provincial, no municipal. This is perhaps is the right timing. If I make it too late, you never know, something can happen, okay? So do come out April, it will be in the Bayview Community Center. Bring some of the people in the area, but after this, it will be recorded. I may share it with different writing because the same principle apply. It is non-partisan. It is only educational. So help them and help yourself and help me when I do my best to organize something that is meaningful to the community. And thank you all for coming out. And thank you. By the way, Minister Parser just pop in when Minister Williams was still talking. And then he has to dash out a little bit. So I'm not sure whether I can still get hold of him now. If I cannot get hold of him, I send his best regards to all of you. Happy Nowruz. Good night, everybody. Good night, Ross.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank you,
evening.
Monique.
Good night, everyone. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Thank you very much. And MPP Daisy Way, it's really good to see you again. And thank you for
Thank you,
hosting this
Ian.
meeting.
Yes,
Um,
thank
I,
you.
I'll share, I sat on Frank's EDA and I could hear his voice as you were sharing his pearls of wisdom. So thank you for today.
Okay, thank you, Kandabi. Congratulations again.
Congratulations, Kidabi.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
I think Mr. Foster went back.